If you're going to get a breakthrough, you got to make a deal with yourself what you're going to get out of it. So when I gave up alcohol and I gave up gluten, I got freedom. I'm going to do this so that I don't have to worry about a bathroom. Like I had to carry pairs of underwear and bags in my car because I was going to lose control of my bowel movements. I lost control of my bowel movements over 100 times. The most shameful experiences, imagine them in your head, happened to me, okay? Being chronically sick is one of the hardest things that we all have to deal with IBD. Trying different diets, trying different supplements, trying different medications, trying different ways of regulating your nervous system, building your microbiome, solving a Rubik's Cube that seemingly can never go away. And the most extremely aggravating part of this is even when you start doing things right, it can just one day just start slipping, where all of a sudden you're doing good and then you're doing bad, but you didn't change anything. And you can't make sense of it. And it feels like our body is no longer on our side. It feels like our body is our enemy. It feels like we're alone in this process and no one else could even come close to relating with what I think or what I put in my mouth changes my entire life. Like I might not be able to get on the plane next week. I might not be able to go to work. I might not be able to go hit my goals in the gym because if I do one thing wrong, I'm getting blood back. I'm getting urgency. I'm getting cramping. I'm getting pain. My bowel movements went from 2 to 10. If someone gets me sick with the flu, if I walk into a house with mold, I'm stuck. I'm lost, right? My life is almost over. It feels like I'm completely trapped. I have to live in a bubble. And then even when we do a great job, we still sometimes feel like I just can't get rid of all my symptoms. How can I ever be safe again? So today is dedicated to what can we do when we're stuck with symptoms? What can we do when we're dealing with chronic symptoms and we need a breakthrough? We're ready for a breakthrough, I must say. Really, forget the word need. The word need is desperate, and it's a word of sympathetic state. It's a word of fear. I need. I want you to right now decide and listen to your body. Are you ready? Do you want? Do you desire? Are you willing to do what it takes to heal and get through these vicious symptoms, these chronic issues? And a lot of times that was one of the big things that changed for me. I remember all these years. I mean, my family had already spent thousands of dollars, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. I bought out Whole Foods, bought all the supplements. But the funny thing is I wasn't ready. And when I finally got results, the biggest thing that changed for me to get that breakthrough of all those chronic symptoms is that healing became my number one priority. The problem is that deep down, we feel that it's going to take over my life. Like I can't go anywhere and do anything. And so we get angry at it. But there's a difference between it being your number one priority and being your only priority. Health cannot be our only priority, our only value in the value system. But it does need to be number one if you're going to get the breakthrough. Your day has to be focused first on getting the breakthrough, because you most likely need to stack your protocol. You know that restrictive eating is probably not enough. You know that just taking a probiotic from Whole Foods that probably doesn't work is not enough. You know taking fish oil is not enough. And if you're in the SHIELD program, you might be man, I've gotten 75, 80, 90% symptom relief, but I'm still missing that 10%. I'm still missing that 15%. Footnote on that, who is ever 100% healthy? It's like, who's ever 100% perfect in their marriage? There's no such thing. Who's ever 100% perfect in their fitness? So part of it also, you have to be able to let go and say, I am human. Life is moving. Nothing is constant. One day I'm 9.5 happy. The next day I'm 6.5, and that's life. And health can have the same type of barometer. But we know we want to get up to that certain level. I feel good within myself. I feel safe within myself. And I've gotten past these vicious symptoms. What kind of symptoms do we want to get rid of? What kind of the symptoms are the most important that we no longer deal with? Well, the urgency, the need to know where a bathroom is at all times, the chronic diarrhea, the chronic bleeding causing anemia, electrolyte deficiencies, cystic acne. These are things we do need to focus on getting rid of, right? This is a priority. This could end me up in the hospital. This is detrimental to my long-term health. This chronic inflammation could lead to worse biologics and surgery, maybe even colorectal cancer. Oh no, right? That's real trauma there. So number one, if you're going to get a breakthrough, this has to be your number one priority, but that doesn't mean it's your only priority. That means you're not prioritizing your kids, your work, your relationship, your balance, your social life. For example, when healing became my number one priority, I still went to the bar. You're going, Dane, what? What are you talking about? I still went to the bar. I still went to the restaurant. I still saw my friends, but I made a deal with myself. I'm going to the bar. I'm getting water on ice with a lemon and a little black straw. I'm getting water on ice with a lemon and a little black straw. And I'm going to have a great time because I realize I don't need to be drunk or drink alcohol to hug my friends, to laugh, to put my hands up in the air, enjoy that band and enjoy that song and have fun. And all of a sudden, after a while, I started liking it more. I said, wait, ever since I prioritized my health and I got rid of alcohol and I got rid of bad eating, I feel better. I feel more confident there. I don't feel bloated. I don't feel swollen. I don't feel headachy. I don't feel like I'm worried about a bathroom. Not only do I not have the urgency problem anymore, not only do I not have the energy issue, not only am I, and I'm not making dumb mistakes because I've got alcohol in my system, right? Everything dumb you and I has probably done is under the influence. I know for me it's true. Okay. And I get to save a buck. It's like, oh, I can't afford this really great probiotic that heals my gut, but I'm going to go spend $25 on a vodka soda? What? Value system. You see what I'm saying? Value. Another thing I did is, I almost died of IBD. When I went to that bar, I was home by 10. I was home and then back in bed. So I'd meet my friends. They'd get there at 8, whatever. I'd go out, see them 7:30, 8. I'd stay for an hour or two, have a great time, really get the climatic value of even socializing. And then I'd be out before it was dull and a waste of my time and affecting my sleep. That is how I started prioritizing my health. It wasn't my only value, but it was my number one priority. So if you're going to get breakthroughs, get your priorities right and start stacking your effects. You want to be social because it's good for you and it's a priority. Your friendships, your life, your health. Great. But do it on your terms and influence them to be more like you. What if no one drank when they went out? What if everyone said, we're done by 10? Let's go meet at 6:37, have dinner together, laugh, smile, talk, catch up, connect, share, and then we're out. What if we can start influencing our little circles to be more like us because we're happier and healthy? Because you keep this up for 6 months or a year, guess who's going to be healthier? Guess who's going to be happier? Guess who's going to have better conversations at the restaurant or the bar or wherever you are? And yes, if you want to go to a concert, now you can look at going to a concert because you're not worried about the urgency anymore because you've prioritized your health. Number one, it's got to be a priority. Number two, you've got to stack your protocols. If you're dealing with chronic symptoms, I can't tell you how many times we've worked with people where they said, Dane, I was doing A and B, but I was missing C, D, and E that you gave me. And that's why this completely changed my life. It's not that A and B are wrong. It's that you don't know how to do A and B as well as I can do it for you when I train you. And then you're not stacking C and D on top. And biggest reason is because you don't know about C, D, and E. And that because you also feel overwhelmed with trying to do that much in a day. So you don't know how to simplify it. Okay. And you don't know where to invest that time, money, and energy to make it actually work. So for example let's say you're doing the SCD diet and then you're taking some whatever probiotic and some curcumin off the internet. I'm going to come in and I'm going to make the SCD diet work a little bit better for you by getting more bioavailability and less inflammatory response. And if you are tired of just having SCD yogurt forever and never having a grain again in your life and having these very specific meals, and I'm going to show you how you can add white rice in. I'm going to show you how you could have other grains if you wanted to add them in and other types of potato and be okay. Done it 1,000 times. Okay. Then I'm going to start because I'm going to stack on that my C, D, and E, a probiotic that actually works, digestive enzymes that actually break down those foods so that they don't aggravate your gut, things that actually help to heal your gut lining up. Zinc carnosine, marshmallow root, maybe BPC 157, maybe KPV, right? Maybe lorazepam, okay? Maybe liposomal phosphatidylcholine. I'm going to start working on your liver so you can get rid of those toxins because you're on this restrictive diet, but you haven't worked on your drainage pathways. You don't know what they are and you don't know how to implement them. You got to stack everything together. Maybe I'll throw in, maybe if the investment's right, I'm going to throw in 40 sessions of hyperbaric oxygen therapy at 2 atmospheric pressure, 60 minutes, 5 days on, 2 days off for 2 months to get rid of that fissure, that fistula, get rid of hypoxia, which is the lack of oxygen at a cellular level, activate natural stem cells in your body, activate natural wound healing properties so your body can get to the next level. Maybe I'm going to do intermittent fasting. Maybe I'm going to start doing nervous system regulation because you are chronically stressed. You're constantly in the sympathetic state. The autonomic nervous system has 2 states, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. The parasympathetic is the rest and digest. That's where your body actually heals. And guess what you're probably missing? You're probably missing the fact that the vagal nerve, the vagus nerve that helps regulate your digestion, can't even work unless you're in the parasympathetic state. Vagal nerve stimulation. You have to be able to add A, B, C, D, and E in. And that's why I can talk to you openly and freely about all these protocols, because now we need to hum that in for you. Now we need to customize that for you. Now we need to sit down and say, what variable? Is it variable D or variable B or variable A? Do we want to tweak this week or bi-weekly, wherever you are in your health? Maybe I need to do it on an empty stomach. Maybe I need to increase my dosage. Maybe I need to change to a stronger product. Maybe I need to take a break and just get some sunshine and grounding and just some breath work and sleep in. Maybe I need adrenal support. Why? You've got to be Sherlock Holmes of your health. If you're going to get breakthroughs of chronic symptoms, you've got to be the CEO of your health, and you need a place to get trained to become a detective. I need you to be Detective, right, Smith. Be Dr. Smith. You're going to see patient Smith twice a day for 5 minutes and help give them those variables. Now, there's also one of the benefits of why I say that the number one thing you can invest in your health is coaching. An IBD specialist who's beat it, who specializes in it, and can show you hundreds of testimonies of doing what you're trying to do. And you need a community, okay? Like the community listening and talking with me right now, okay? Because right after this podcast, we're going to sit down and we're going to talk together right now live with members all around the world about breaking through. Do you have a community? Do you have coaching? Are you trained? Are you really a great detective? The wake up we need to have is that the worst decision we ever made is to delegate out our health. What were we thinking? Delegate our health? Put it in the hands of a government, just a general government? You know, what do we have to be self-empowered. Why in the world would we delegate out our health? When we delegate out our health, we lose the ability to also be empowered to take care of our children because we don't know what we're doing, or our parents as they get older. It's not just us who gets healthy. It's not just us who loses health. It's everyone we care about. Because of everything I've been through and how hard I've trained over the last 12 years to really understand functional medicine, the anatomy, biochemistry, the immune system, how the gut works, I'm that much more capable of taking care of my parents when they get older. I'm that much more capable of taking care of my 14-month-old son right now, my 4.5-year-old son, and my wife, and everyone I care about, my cousin across the street, everybody, because of what I went through. Pain to purpose. Stop delegating out the information. Get trained and learn, okay? This is what billionaires are becoming aware of. People who, it's funny money. It's all not even real anymore. They have so much of it. They're doubling down, tripling down on getting empowered with their health, hiring the best functional practitioners in the world to learn this stuff, because it's obvious that food matters. It's not even up for debate. It's obvious, okay, that the microbiome is real and it matters, and that the drainage pathways and your ability to drain toxins, we need to clean up your liver, your kidneys, your lymphatic system, your ability to sweat. You can't sweat, you're clogged. You can't poop, you're clogged. And your ability to have a bowel movement. 5 pathways. Okay, we live in a detox world. Part of the issue is that our air, food, and water is polluted. No matter where we go and what we do, there is some level of pollution. So breaking through chronic symptoms is a lot about just deciding who you're going to be for the rest of your life and then getting happy with that person. Are you happy as that woman? Are you happy as that man? Can you socialize? Can you love? Can you laugh? Can you dance? Can you put your hands in the air? Can you smile without being poisoned with some packaged food with a bunch of chemicals and emulsifiers and stuff that makes you sick, that makes humans sick? When you get your mind there, now you get the breakthroughs, okay? Become the detective. Compound your effect. Out of every biohacking alternative therapy I've tried, not one of them was great without the other basis, without this mindset, without this basis of nutrition, basis of how you balanced your life. Everything is better in conjunction. I've done stem cells. I've done tons of HBOT. I've done sauna. I've done lymph work. I've done fasting. It's all best in conjunction with your plan. What are you doing? Where's your training? Where are you going? And when you get this down, you're going to be more valuable for the rest of your life. You're going to end up being healthier than the healthy. And guess what? If me and you didn't have these chronic symptoms to fight against, what would sharpen our sword? Iron sharpens iron, baby. Let's go. If you're in perfect health, why learn? And what happens is our health starts to go down. In the 90s for our parents, it was like, no, we didn't get sick until we got 50, 60, 70. Now you live 60 years the exact same way, slowly getting worse because you kept just eating what was in the restaurant, never actually being aware that you were being slowly poisoned since 1989, when there was a mass production of glyphosate being sprayed over our food, right? Like basically 89, 90 was like, boop, here we go. And all of a sudden where it's like, hey, I'm doing the same thing. What happened? That's why we have people come into our program who are diagnosed in their 50s and 60s. I did a testimony with a man yesterday who was diagnosed at 48 years old, 25 bloody bowel movements a day with fissures and fistulas, one of the worst cases ever. He's at 1 to 2 bowel movements a day now. What's up, John? Shout out. John worked his butt off. Coach Armand got him right. 2 years later, testimony, hadn't had a symptom in about a year, over a year now. One of the worst cases we've seen. You got to work, you got to learn, you got to grow, and you need a community. Breaking through. You want to get rid of blood? What is your total program? What are you doing orally? What is your nutrition plan? Are you using suppositories? Are you using enemas? Are you doing any sorts of fasting? What are you doing to strengthen the blood vessels? What are you doing to strengthen the mucosal membrane? What are you doing to help with blood clotting so you don't keep bleeding? You're chronically stuck on prednisone. What are you doing to help your body regulate its own cortisol? Because that's a cortisol steroid. Are you doing adrenal support? Probably not. Are you getting proper rest? And a lot of us want to go out there and we want to get in great shape, but a lot of times the way we're working out is making us sick. It's funny. When you go to the gym, it's all EMF waves. There's no grounding. Okay. It's all putting you in a very stressed out state. Okay. We don't even talk to each other anymore. It's like 10,000 people walking around like robots. Don't even talk, like no socializing, just blasting EMFs in there. We're with some dumb song. Like we've literally made the gym a sick place. It's not even that healthy. And we're going into a massive stressful state to try to get in shape. Is that really health? Right? Is it the health and performance, or is it the health or performance industry? Like the better I perform, the unhealthier I get. I think there's something there. I think there's a debate and another conversation. So look at it and just start realizing that we're slowly doing things that are just reducing our ability to be happy and healthy and healed. Okay. And so compound those effects together and grow. You stuck with bloating? I know a lot of you out there are dealing with small intestine bacterial overgrowth, chronic bloating, and acne. You've got dysbiosis. What are you doing? And you're going, okay, well, I'm just going to cut out sugar. Good. And what else? And how are you going to keep that up without losing your mind? Without literally getting so overwhelmed and so stressed that you're like, I can't keep this up. One of the biggest mistakes when you're trying to get breakthroughs is you are looking at the watch saying, how long do I have to keep this up for? This specialist told me to do this. Well, I'm going to do this for 10 days and I'm going to count down in my head for 10 days. And this doesn't work. And they're a liar and they're a scammer. And this is never, and I can't keep this up. And you're literally going to freak out. Are you going to freak out? When I finally was able to break through life-threatening symptoms, I was happy where I was. I remember because I used to count back, like, how long have I been gluten-free? And I remember I was filling out my healing journal, which comes in. If you go and join IBDU or Shield, any of that, check us out below, okay? I was filling out this journal, my journal that I created, and I realized that I'd been gluten-free for 30 days. And I was just begging myself in my head, Dane, if you can just be gluten-free for 30 days, Just do it. You know you need to do it because everything I ate was gluten. I get it, guys. I worked at Papa John's Pizza since 14 years old. Everything they ate had gluten. Gluten was everywhere. It's like, my mom was trying to enroll me when I was a kid not eating gluten. I'm like, what has gluten? Everything. It's like, what? Who can do this? Who in the world can do this? But I finally got 30 days gluten-free. And the crazy thing is, around like day 22 or 23, I was happy. I really just didn't eat gluten anymore. And then all of a sudden I went to only having gluten every once in a while, and then got to the point where I was like, I don't ever need gluten again. And it was funny. It happened with alcohol because I drank alcohol like 2 days a week all through college with my buddies, playing beer pong. College of Charleston, shout out. That's where I got my undergrad. Playing beer pong, playing with the boys at the beach, throwing the football, lifting weights, drinking a beer, having shots. So that was how I socialized. And all of a sudden, it was the same thing. Okay, just get rid of alcohol for 2 or 3 months. All of a sudden, I'm alcohol free for a year. And I'm like, I saved all that money. I invested that money in real estate. I invested that money in building my dream company. I feel great. I'm in better shape. I don't have bags in my eyes. I'm not hungover. I'm not saying stupid stuff drunk anymore. Why was I drinking? And I'm having a great time with my friends. I relearned how to socialize. We have to realize that when you get rid of something to break through these chronic symptoms, you've got to replace it with something you actually want. Like if you're going to make the decisions to get rid of that urgency or come into the SHIELD program, you've got to get something you want. I want to be more social. I want to get in better shape. I want to build that company. I want to fall in love. I want to meet my wife or my husband. I want to buy that house. Okay. I want to go travel around. Like Coach Armand, I remember when he was like 18, I was like, what do you want, Armand? Like, let's do it because we want something. Let's work this hard because you're going to get something out of it. So right now, I want you to write down, what are you going to get? If you're going to work this hard, you're going to make it your value. What are you going to get out of it? He said, Dane, I want to travel around the world. My goal is I want to see 25 countries. He was at 25 countries at like 19 years old. Because once we got him good, it was like boom, 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 boom. To this day, he still travels all over. That's his passion. That's what he loves. What do you want? Don't just give up. Okay. If you're going to get a breakthrough, you got to make a deal with yourself what you're going to get out of it. So when I gave up alcohol and I gave up gluten, I got freedom. I'm going to do this so that I don't have to worry about a bathroom. Like I had to carry pairs of underwear and bags in my car because I was going to lose control of my bowel movements. I lost control of my bowel movements over 100 times. The most shameful experiences, imagine them in your head, happened to me. Okay. I was done with that. So if I could get rid of things that were causing my body to have this terrible reaction and make me go to the bathroom really quickly over and over again, I realized every time I drank, every time I had gluten, every time I had dairy, anytime I had seed oils, I got more urgency. And I did not want to, I was done worrying about where a bathroom was. I needed to break through that chronic symptom of massive urgency and always having to know where a bathroom is. And I had to get very specific with what I eat. So I got specific. Now I'm on a bike ride. Now I'm walking on the beach. No bathroom in sight. Now I'm at the gym, not worried about a bathroom. Yeah, you're in the gym taking pre-workout. Hope, got to go to the bathroom. Hope, got to go to the bathroom. Not worried about a bathroom anymore. I'll make that trade. How many of you guys want to make a trade right now? How many of you done? Make a trade. Get something you want. Make a deal. The art of the deal. Okay? You're going to get breakthroughs. Okay? Get your mind right. Make a deal. Okay? Make it your number one priority, even though you have other priorities. Doesn't mean you get rid of all your priorities. Go ahead and start investing in what you want, not what you need. Okay? And then also compound your efforts together. You're probably doing some things right, but you're not doing everything you need for your body to get the real result. Okay? Put it all together. And I can't stress this enough. I've been working on CCL for 12 years with the utmost integrity to build what I knew I needed, what my mom needed when I was stuck and fighting for my life. And she lost her job and she spent $30,000 as a middle-class family, not getting anywhere. That's how I built this. We need a place where we can connect with each other, really talk with each other, right? We need a place where we have our own custom answer. Yo, what's working for you, Dominique? What's working for you, Spencer? What's working for you, Courtney? I'm just the people on today's call. Jackie, what's working for you? Tessa, what's working for you? Oh, I think I'm going to take a little of that. No, I'm going to do that. Oh, that's working for you. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to customize that. I think I'm going to go through a parasite protocol. No, I'm going to do a liver cleanse. Now I'm going to up my binders because that urgency is still the problem. What binders are you using? Oh, you're using activated charcoal? I'm using a lot of benzoyl clay, zeolite clay, and a little bit of fulvic acid. It's got my bowel movements formed, and I'm not getting a lot of urgency anymore. Oh, you're doing that coffee enema? Is that really working for you? What about a mucosal healing enema? What's in your mucosal healing enema? We need a community. We need to get trained. We need to build our ability to be a detective, to be the CEO of our health, to be Sherlock Holmes, because that is what your body and that is what God is asking of you right now. Okay. You've got these symptoms. They won't go away. You're stuck. One moment you're feeling like and that's what depression is. Depression is really feeling like you're in a prison and there's no way out. So you've got to change your mind about what the truth is. Okay. The difference between something that's hard and impossible. Okay. Impossible equals depression. Hard means overwhelmed. Okay. Emotionally. So we need to get it to hard, and then we need to get it to medium and get it easy. There's not one person who's in remission of IBD who feels like their life is still hard. Did you hear what I just said? There's not one person who's in remission of IBD who still feels like their life is hard, because remission is easy. Feel that energy right now. Remission is easy. So you have to work hard to make it look easy. Think of greatness. Is that not true with what LeBron James does, Michael Jordan did? Name a person who's ever achieved greatness who didn't have to work so hard to make it look easy. How does it get easy? Because you fixed your gut, you fixed your microbiome, you fixed your digestion, you fixed your liver, you fixed your nervous system. You balanced your emotions with a way that makes you happy, that you can socialize, that you can live, that you can travel, that you can go to a restaurant and not hurt yourself, not flare. You don't get there without some kind of adversity. That's the chronic symptom. And if you can really work hard and push yourself to the next level right now, you have built a skill set you will carry for the rest of your life. And it is a skill set that you can give to others. Is that not worth it? Will you not look back? Will you not look back and say, I'm glad all this happened so that I could have a skill set for my parents, for my friends. My buddy Charlie, shout out to Charlie if you guys know him, at Charlie, Dream Machine guy. He's got millions of followers. He's helped change dreams all over the world. And he was writing me last night. We were talking about his health because he's been working on losing weight for, God knows how, dude, forever. He is just at it and he's just trying. Talk about trying to break through chronic symptoms. He has been overweight his entire life and he's working so hard right now. And we went over his plan last night and we were talking about he's just stuck. He's been in a calorie deficit for God knows how long. He's running marathons. He's and his liver is now making glycogen. He can't even get into ketosis. His liver's making glycogen because of the stress and the caloric deficit and the lack of glycogen he's even eating. So his liver's making it from amino acids and proteins. And it's why is it doing it? And he's stuck in this. And we kind of reset, sit down, come up with a strategy. And after 30 minutes of talking, he's like, dude, I think this is it. He's reinvigorated. He's excited again. He doesn't feel as stuck. He's got a plan he's going to do. That's what we need. We got to sit down. But now the information, the strategies we went over last night is something that he now has in his head for the rest of his life that he might be able to help somebody else with. Right? And I know that's pain to purpose is so big for us. Okay. What do you want? Just take a step back from your life right now as you're dealing with these chronic symptoms. What do you want in your life? Do you want to be valuable? Do you want to be a valuable person in this world? I think a lot of us, that's what legacy is. It's value, right? Sometimes we think being famous or rich is our legacy. It's not. Those are just things. Value, right? Value. What kind of value can we give, right? If a person is valuable, it's based on, it's a measurement of how much value they can create for others. Now, let me ask you something. Do you want to focus on creating more value for people in your inner circle or just the world? Because what's most important to me is my family, then it's my friends, and then it's CCL, and then it's the world. So where I have my best legacy or my best value is what I can do for my inner circle. If you can beat this chronic symptom, what will it do for the people you care about the most and the people you will care about the most? In a way, are you almost glad it happened? If you did hindsight 2020, if you get past this, make a decision to step into the adversity that you didn't deserve, but it is yours. It's not your fault. It is your responsibility, though. And then learn the art of it. Because you can have $1 billion, you can have 1 billion followers, you can be the most good-looking person in the world, you could be in all the movies, you could get all the things that people think they want in life, and you could still be sick. And you could still not be in control of your health. And you could still not be self-empowered. So what is the overarching value that we all want to create? We want to have a say in our health. We want to be able to take care of ourselves. We want to be able to respond to the adversity of sickness. And then we want to be able to do that for the ones we love as well. So is this fire you're going through part of the journey it takes to be the person you really want to be? Okay. So right now, one thing I want you to do, just write out who you want to write out who you want to be. Write out your perfect self. Okay. What value? How are you valuable? Because being valuable is how we feel happy in life. We're social creatures. We need to feel value to our children, to our family, to ourselves, to our community, to our government, to our local police. How do you want to show up and be valued? And how can this make you the valuable person you need? If you need help and you're ready to talk and you're ready to connect on what we can do with your health, right below here in the show notes is a link to schedule an absolutely free, no hassle, one-on-one IBD strategy session. Let's talk about your case, your needs, join our community, join the conversation, join the team. Let's start getting you real results. Let's get you healed. Happy healing.